Hey everyone, it's Angela with Mystic Moon bringing you guys a shadow reading. And so we're not necessarily going to be only focusing on the shadows. We are going to be focusing on some sort of solutions to some of the heavy issues that might be coming up for us when it comes to us and a person in our lives. This could be anybody. Could be a family member, a friend, a lover, doesn't really matter. But these are just kind of shadows that are coming up in ways that we're being triggered, maybe in ways we're triggering other people. So we're going to be bringing forth a lot of messages here today. As usual, everything that I'm using will be in the description box below. If they are my cards, which I am only using one deck, it is called the Twin Flame Shadows that I created. It is available in my Etsy shop, but if you're international, email me and I'll send you a special link. So let's just go ahead and see what kind of shadows are coming up for you currently. So you're dealing with a person, a situation, whatever it is. Let's see what's coming up. What kind of shadows are lurking around you? In what ways are you being triggered? Let's take a look. What is this energy? We have misguided. Okay, so whoa, that's such a tough one, because sometimes we feel like, oh my gosh, I was so wrong. How could I be so stupid? How could I have been so misguided? Boy, was I wrong about this situation. I can't believe I went down that path. So there's definitely some energies here where we're feeling like, oh my gosh, I was completely misled. I was completely misguided in my intuition. My intuition was telling me, I either ignored it or I was completely blindsided. One of the two. So let's go ahead and get some more. We have fixated. Okay. What I'm picking up on, you guys, is that the thing is our intuition, or even perhaps we were warned by someone else, but we did it anyways. Sometimes we just have to learn the hard way, and we have cold, okay? Maybe when we got to that path, we realized, man, somebody is just as cold as ice. So we're going to tap now into the therapy flashcards and just kind of see in what way did all of this energy trigger you, okay? How are you triggered by either this individual or situation, or what are you currently battling right now? What is this energy? We have, oh my God. Look at this. Fixation and fixated, you guys, it's not an accident. So I really feel like this is just the energy, the shadow, in the way that you were triggered. You became extremely fixated on something. You wanted something specific maybe to happen, and whatever it is, you were just hell-bent on that particular outcome that it's almost like you lost your way. Okay, maybe the individual that you were fixated on was a cold prick. Or a cold bitch, whatever the deal is. And you knew it, you felt it, but yet anyways you went down that path because you thought that doesn't apply to me, or I'm going to have a different outcome, or I'm going to warm this person up, I'm going to change this person, I'm going to be the exception, and it just didn't happen to turn out that way. So let's see what this card says. Fixation. An obsessive or unhealthy preoccupation or attachment. A persistent concentration of energies towards inappropriate objects or relationships. It says possessiveness, inability to let go, stalking, and creepiness. Ew. So, that's not to say that some of you are stalking people or that you're a stalker, but it could be that perhaps, just perhaps, our own fixation or our own obsession on a particular person or situation has become borderline obsessive. And sometimes when people feel this very intense energy coming from us, they can sometimes become cold, distant, and run like hell because it's an energy that is just very creepy. Now, for some of you, that may not be the case. You've just been fixated on the wrong person. You've been fixated on the wrong situation. It's cold. It doesn't have any life. It's not giving anything back. You're up against a wall. You're hitting a brick wall. Yet maybe you're still looking at the situation and thinking, how can I change this? How can I make this happen? So now it's become to a point perhaps where it's just detrimental to our own well-being at this point. It's detrimental to our health. So it's the energy of sometimes were just misguided. Sometimes what we thought, we were so sure. We felt it in every level of our being. We felt that we were so right. We felt like this was really the one, or it was really going to bring us that happiness, or that was the correct path that we were on. Sometimes it's okay. We're just wrong. Or sometimes it's not even about wrong or right. It's just about timing. Sometimes people just don't want the same things as us. Sometimes people just aren't ready. Whatever the situation is, the shadow now is going to consume you and eat you alive as long as you continue to fixate and obsess about whatever this is. So this might be very triggering and difficult for some of you right out of the gate of this reading to hear this message. So if this is not your energy and you're doing just fine and you're not fixated on shit and you're just doing just hunky-dory, this may not be the reading for you. But if you're really, really struggling with a person because you're so fixated on them and it just has to happen and you just can't let it go, this may be the reading for you. Now, it could be the other way around. Maybe somebody else is super fixated on you and you've had to just get cold on them. Their energy towards you is completely misguided. It's not your fault that they're looking at you as the one or their soulmate and you're just not feeling the same. Sometimes that happens, and sometimes the only way out of a situation is to just basically be abrupt and cold and tell a person, you know what? It's not what you're thinking. I don't feel the same way. I'm sorry that you're feeling this, but I'm just not on the same page as you. So this might be kind of a shadow that we're having to deal with right now. It's very uncomfortable to have to be outright like that with somebody. It's very uncomfortable to have to tell somebody that kind of harsh truth. It's very uncomfortable. But we all have to go through these learning curves and these growing pains when it comes to human behavior. So, for some reason, that is what wants to come through. So why don't we go ahead and get some, like a little bit of advice on this, okay? We're going to go into the Shadows, Oracle of Shadows and Light by Lucy Cavendish. What is some advice in regards to this fixation? A clockwork pumpkin, okay? So what I'm getting immediately without even reading the message is that this does have something to do with time, okay? Some of you, it's just not the right timing. So fixating on it, waiting on it, praying on it, you've got to give it time. You just have to give it time. The aha moment, that's what it says. The idea, the thought is aha moment. This is a timing issue. People are just not ready. People are not on the same page. And when people are not ready and people are not on the same page at the same time as you, the answer is to not keep pursuing them and keep pushing the envelope. The answer is to back off and give people space. So that goes for the other person as well. Maybe things are very uncomfortable for you in this individual or a situation, and you might need to step away or just release yourself or release them from dealing with each other for a period of time. Through a period of time, things may improve. Maybe things will not always be this uncomfortable around this individual or situation. Maybe just disconnecting for a little bit of time is the answer. So I'm just getting here, it's a timeout from fixating on something that's a problem or just isn't working right now. Obsessing about it isn't going to change it. All right, you guys. So let's go ahead and take a look and see what is the energy of this person. The person that you're dealing with, what is the deal? What is the deal? What's the hang up? What's the situation? Let's take a look. I'm going to tap right here into the Tarot of Dreams by Ciro Marchetti. This right here is the Kipper cards, and it's some kind of name that I'm not going to be able to pronounce, but it's his Kipper cards. It's the only one he created. We have concern. Interesting. So this person's shadow right now is an energy of concern. They might be concerned about you. You, of course, might be concerned about them because of their behavior. Whatever this is, let's go ahead and clarify. Oh, 4 of Swords. Concerned. What I'm getting here is that this person might have concerns in other areas of their life. They might have other things going on. They might have people around them that aren't doing well, that require their attention. They might not be doing so hot themselves. And so they really need to take some time and space in order to rest and recuperate. Because that 4 of Swords can sometimes be an indication of ill health, meaning that we need a period of time to rest and recuperate, take care of ourselves. It's a period of time out, and we already just got that. We already got the message time out when we tapped into your energy. So this person is kind of like reiterating that they need this time out. They need this space. Oops. We have the Queen of Wands. Okay, so again, this could be that they're focused right now on a specific person that requires their time and energy. This could be their partner. This could be a mother figure. This could be just a female in their life. Doesn't necessarily have to be female, though. Could just be a feminine energy. It could be that they're very focused on their career right now, and so they're not really having that time or that energy for an emotional connection. Maybe you're wanting that. Maybe they are not. This would be that they're not on the same page. They're just not ready at this time in their life for what you want. And we have the 9 of Wands. Yeah, the 9 of Wands is a card of putting defenses up. But this, when it's reversed, means I'm too exhausted to fight. I'm too exhausted to keep holding like that, my defenses up. It's a card of exhaustion. I don't have what it takes to fight. I don't have what it takes to make something work right now. I'm too tired. I need a timeout. So you're dealing with somebody who might be dropping the ball, or might just be in that energy of I'm not ready. And because I'm not ready, they're putting their defenses down. So it's just kind of reiterating the message that if you're wanting to really, really push something right now and fixate on making something work, this person's cold and distant behavior towards you is actually a sign that they need some period of recuperation. They need time to get their energy or their strength back up. Because right now it might not be a good time. And it could be because of another person in their life, or that could just be where their focus is at, which is on career and on themselves. And it's just not focused in an actual emotional way at this time. Okay? And it could be that if you are trying to push through their defenses, that causes them to be concerned about you, and it might cause them to look at you in a way to where they're feeling like maybe you're not stable. It might cause them to feel afraid of you. I'm also getting that too. So just be very careful when it comes to people's boundaries. If this person has placed boundaries up, what I'm getting here is that they're too exhausted to continue to do this. And so this is another energy or another message to just kind of back off for a period of time. Okay? That's what I'm seeing. And it doesn't make it okay that this person is either acting a certain way towards you, if they're hurting you, or if they're making you feel like crap. What I'm getting is your own fixation on trying to get a different result with them is actually what's causing your pain. It's not necessarily them. Their behavior towards you might just be that they have a wall up, and you might be continuously trying to push through that wall. So you're only hurting yourself at that point, is what I'm seeing here. Now, this doesn't absolve this individual from any wrongdoing, but we're really here taking a look at your shadows and what you can do about it. Okay. So why don't we go ahead and take a look and see the energies of this connection. Okay, what is the energies of the connection of the person that you are inquiring about? You know, even though they clearly are not on the same page right now or available to you, let's see what the energies of your connection is, though. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get a clarifier here. Okay. We have persecution complex. So this is talking about the abiding feeling that others are motivated to harm, cheat, harass, or conspire against one, regardless of actuality, paranoia, suspicion. So interesting. It could be that someone in this connection obviously has fear and anxiety of worst case scenarios, kind of like creating more out of than what's really going on, or somebody just being too afraid of moving forward at this period of time. Whatever's going on here, we can see that there's 3 figures in this particular card lineup. We have all different things going on here. We have this woman here who is sitting there with all of these. I don't know what those are. You know, I don't think they're storks, but it's kind of like we have this swan up here though as well. So all of those particular birds can mean something specific. And this right here is the Oracle of Visions by Ciro Marchetti. And this is meant to be intuitively used. So there's not really a wrong or right way to interpret these cards. So I'm just going to give you guys what I'm getting. But when I see this card, this tells me this is somebody who's trying to blend in. This is somebody who is trying to basically be someone that they're not. Why is this happening? Because they are afraid of being persecuted. So what's happening in this connection is people aren't necessarily able to be their true selves. They are afraid. Now, this card shows me this is like Pandora's box. If I were to just basically be myself, what kind of hell is going to break loose? This card is about being in your own energy and feeling comfortable with who you are and being balanced. You can see that yin and yang. This person's playing this beautiful instrument. They feel very, very secure. They feel very just stable within their own energy. So I feel like the message here when it comes to this connection is that somebody is feeling like they cannot be themselves, or they're afraid that if they are themselves, it's not going to be good enough. So there's a problem here. There is a major issue that people have when it comes to this connection. So I'm getting here that this is part of the reason why you and this person have met, because it helps you to get past this persecution complex if this is in fact you, or this is something that you're triggering within them. So this would be essentially the reason why you would be coming into contact with this individual. There's a lesson to be learned here. You're here to help them and they're here to help you. So for me, this is really the lesson and the reason why you and this individual have come together. It's not the only reason, but for some reason, it's coming through as a major component right now in your connection. So if somebody's not ready to participate, it's because they're not ready to let their guard down. They're not ready to just open themselves up and let you in and be themselves. But it could be that you are continuously trying to fit yourself into this person's life and be everything that they need you to be, or you're trying to be perfect for them and it's just not working. And the reason why is because the lesson for you is that you can't be someone that you're not. If this person doesn't accept you for who you are, then they're not for you. So again, we're trying to push something. We're trying to make something work. And we might be doing it with the person that there's just simply a lesson. And the lesson here is to stop beating yourself up for who you think is like that you're not good enough, that who you think they need you to be. Whatever you're trying to fit in, whatever mold you're trying to fit in, it's like you're good enough on your own, and this person does not define you. This person does not define your character. This person does not define your confidence or your self-esteem or who you are. So it's almost like there's too much energy being placed in the hands of another. You're giving someone too much power over you to define who you are, and that's not what you should be doing. So this persecution complex could very well be you, or it's them. But there's a lesson that people are not getting. They're not learning it. They're not understanding it. They're not up to the challenge, or they're failing this lesson right now. And so it could just be as simple as seeing that this is a pattern that maybe you have been playing out your entire life in certain connections and relationships. And this is just another person that's along your path that's here to teach you this lesson that you are good enough, that you don't need to do anything different to try to fit in, or that other people and how they see you or think about you isn't really truly who you are. So there's something for you to learn with this either problematic person or this, I should say, rejection, if you're feeling rejected by somebody. It doesn't mean to keep fighting and to get them to see, who you need them to see you as. It's about being comfortable in your own skin and not giving a shit about what they think about you. If they don't see the light in you, that is because they cannot see the light within themselves. So it might just be better at this time to back away from this individual completely. If somebody's giving you the cold shoulder, instead of fixating on them and trying to fix this issue and fix the challenge and the problem and getting them to see you in a different light, it's about no longer wasting your time. Don't be more misguided than you've already been. Don't misguide your energy any longer. Don't misguide your efforts any longer. Okay? So this person is either going to accept you or they're not. So it's about walking away and pulling away from this energy at this time. All right, so let's go ahead and let's just see what else Spirit has to bring forth. We're going to get into this El Goliath Tarot. What else does Spirit want you to know about this whole situation? This whole situation. What do we got here? What does Spirit wants you to know and understand about this whole situation? Why it even came into your life. I mean, we can clearly see that there's some sort of a lesson with persecution complex. But what else? Oh, Judgment. For some of you, I'm just getting here that it is a karmic lesson. Now that when I say that, because there's a lot of people that are into labeling, oh, it's just a karmic partner. I'm not doing that. This is a karmic lesson. We can have a karmic lesson with anyone. So there's karmic lesson though. There's something to learn. There's something to learn about our patterns. So what I'm getting with this particular message is that Spirit is talking about a cycle that has been going on and on for a while, probably with you or maybe this individual. So this is something that needs to be broken. This is something that needs to finally be dealt with once and for all, so that way you can move forward into the world's energy, open new doors, go into new cycles. So this to me is like closing old chapters. I mean, look at that bear, man. He is just really, really fighting to swim. There's just certain things that just aren't worth fighting anymore. There's just certain chapters that just need to close. There's just certain battles, unfortunately, that just aren't worth fighting. El Sacred Heart. This is a beautiful card. To me, when I see this card, this is a card that you are good enough. Okay, that you are loved. It's about your own sacred heart. It's about the heart of the matter. So there is definitely an issue that is at the heart of the matter. But the answer does lie within yourself. It doesn't lie within other people. Other people aren't going to be able to fix it. Other people aren't going to be able to, deliver you that true happiness that you're looking for. Other people aren't going to be able to, I just keep getting, fix it for you. You might be looking for somebody else to fix it. You're fixated on another person to fix it, but they can't. Only you can do that. Only you can show up for yourself at the end of the day. Other people can compliment you, but they cannot provide it for you. And we have the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is about being an adventurist, just being curious in life, looking at life from the eyes of a child, being very excited, travel, experience, spontaneous energy. It's very beautiful energy. It's just about basically pursuing new energy. Going into, it's like shedding this old energy, shedding the old fight, letting go of things that no longer serve, and going into this new, fresh energy like a Page of Wands. Somebody that's ready for new territory. Somebody who's ready for new adventures. So if you guys are continuously experiencing the same things over and over and over again, that is because there is a cycle that maybe is just outworn itself. It no longer serves. Now, you may not have mastered this lesson just yet, but with maybe this particular individual or whatever you're so fixated on, maybe it's finally ready to close the door. Okay? It's time to go into a new adventure with the Ace of Wands. So let's go ahead and finalize this reading with some parting messages for advice. Miracle, Angel of Alchemy. You know, what is alchemy? Alchemy is magic. Alchemy is creation. You are the alchemist. You are the magician of your life. You and you alone. Well, not necessarily you alone. I don't believe that. I believe that we're co-creating with Spirit. We ask for help from Spirit and our guides, our Spirit team. They're helping us to co-create, to create miracles or things that seem like miracles. Is it really a miracle? Well, or is it just something that we're creating? It feels like a miracle. Things can sometimes feel that way. So Angel of Alchemy, the Angel of Alchemy is with you at this time to help you to create change, to help you to manifest new things into your life. See? Look at that, you guys. Witch of the end of the world, an important end and a new beginning. So this is just basically telling you it's time. It's time to end a cycle. It's time to end a situation that just is no longer serving. It is time to manifest change, manifest something new. Last message. And the power of 3. Beautiful. This is about coming together with like-minded individuals, coming together with soul family and friends, coming together and collaborating with individuals. You don't have to be alone during this period of time. This is about a support system. Surrounding yourself with people that believe in you. Surrounding yourself with those that cherish you and love you, that lift you up, that bring you that energy of high vibration. So if the shadow, this may have been very triggering reading for you. So of course I am going to have to put some warnings up for people, but this is really about letting go of old cycles and old things that just aren't serving any longer. It's about no longer being fixated on people that aren't fixated on you. And when I say that, you know, we don't really want to be in the energy of fixated at all. Fixated means that we're strangling something. We're just so, like crazy about something. It's not a good energy for anyone or anything. It's never good to be too fixated on anything. Because when we're fixated on something, that means we have a lot of expectations. We have to have things a certain way, and there gives no room for flow. It's an energy that's really repellent actually to the universe, but it's also repellent to other people. So that's why a lot of times when we're really controlling or fixated and needing things to be a certain way, a lot of people don't respond well to you. So it's about letting go, whatever goal, whatever dream, whatever desire that you had. It doesn't mean that you totally got it wrong, but it just means that there could be a timing issue, or it could just be that this is just not the right path for you altogether. Either way, it's time to put something to an end so that way new miracles can show up in your life, whatever that might be. So you guys, I do hope that this reading helped you. Like I said, it might be very triggering to some of you out there. This doesn't indicate that you will never be able to repair that, whatever's happening here with this individual. It just means that right now in its current state, it looks like things have reached not necessarily a dead end, but a wall. And rather than continuing to be fixated on that wall and pound on it to create a different outcome, sometimes it's better to just let go and let Spirit help lead you the rest of the way. And that's just what I'm seeing here. All right, you guys, hope it resonated. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye-bye.